Hey friends, Shay here. So today I am here with a manga series review for you. So this is a series that's technically, this episode of reviews, I guess, is technically a follow-up to a Try 3 I did a while back. I did a Try 3 for the series Sakura Hime, and I was really enjoying how the series started out, and I wanted to continue. Well, I was able to collect it all, and I now have completed it. I was able to finish this during 30 in April, and I have some thoughts. So I thought I would come on here and share them with you. If you're interested in content like this, please consider subscribing, clicking the bell so you know when I'm posting new videos, and also maybe becoming a member because members get exclusive content about particular manga series from me, and they might be getting some new things soon, so stay tuned. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about Sakura Hime. So Sakura Hime is essentially a take on the Princess Kaguya tale in a way that Sakura is a descendant of Princess Kaguya and has powers of the moon. And she is basically betrothed to a emperor's son. And so things start off well for them. And from then there's a moment where he basically betrays her. And that changes the whole dynamic of the series. And then by the end of the Try 3, I was very engaged with what was going on. So as the series continued, there was one trope that came up that I wasn't a huge fan of. So I feel like I need to caveat that because I think this will color some people's opinions of the series. And it is kind of the older brother in love with the younger sister trope. And that's not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like plenty of taboo things, but that one is a little icky for me. When you're raised together like that, it just doesn't sit well with me. That'd be like me falling in love with one of my brothers, and that's creepy. Like, no, I'm not okay with that. But because of this, it brings our main couple here closer, and we learn more and more about this world. And I found it very engaging all the way through. It is very melodramatic, high drama, little bit messy, but honestly, I had a really good time with this series. Now, art-wise, again, this is one that just has some fantastic art going on, and I really just had a wonderful experience with this. Is it a new favorite series for me? Absolutely not. There's enough mess in this one that's not the fun kind of mess for me that it was not a full win. Do I think I'm going to get rid of this from my collection right away? No. I'm actually going to be sending this off to Izzy so that she has a chance to read it. And I plan on keeping it in my collection for the time being. So I think I want to revisit this in maybe a year and read through it all again and see if my opinion has changed or if I enjoy it more or less, and I can kind of make a decision at that point. But on a first read of this series, I do plan to keep it in my collection for now. I mean, some of these volumes, I didn't pay over list price for any of them. I'm going to be straight up. It is a little bit older, so you're not going to typically find this in like a Barnes & Noble, but you might find this at like a Half Price Books or things like that. Or, you know, if you're an eBay shopper or a thrift book shopper, you might find it there. I got all of mine through Amazon this time because I did not have access to it through my work at Barnes & Noble. So that's where I ordered them through. And again, I got fair market price for all of it. I didn't overpay for anything. So if you wanted to track it down, it wouldn't be too hard necessarily. All of my volumes are in great condition. And yeah, so all in all, when it comes to how this ended, I felt like it was a very satisfying ending. And it concluded in a way that made me pleased by the end. And we faced a lot of different things throughout. Our couple went through a lot. So even though they're young, you can actually believe their love is true. And again, this is a series that isn't necessarily going to be for everybody. I would recommend maybe checking a library and seeing if you can check it out and trying it out that way. Just because of what happens later in the series, you might not end up enjoying it as much as I did. So if you're thinking of hunting this particular series down, I'm not sure it's necessarily going to be worth it in the long run for you. Just because, like, if you tried to resell it, it's not like you could resell it for a higher price or anything like that. But this is a lesser known series. So if you're looking for a lesser known series that you want to explore, again, I would try maybe checking it out through a library, maybe picking up the first couple volumes digitally. But yeah, so I will leave my try 3 linked above, obviously. So if you want a more detailed description of the beginning of the story, you have that video to consult. But all in all, I gave this like a 3.5, 4. So it's not a huge winner for me. It's not, like I said, it's not a brand new favorite, but I do honestly think it's worth the pickup if you're genuinely interested in the concept of the story. It has a little bit of that magical girl energy element to it, but it's not a true magical girl to me. So if you're wanting something pseudo magical girl, you could probably enjoy this. I do like our hero better than I like Mamoru from Sailor Moon, but again, I have a salty take on Sailor Moon. I'll leave that linked in the corner if you haven't checked that out yet, because it was a couple years ago. I do plan on rereading it eventually and seeing if I feel any differently about it. But for today, that's going to be it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. If you're here just because you love me, leave me a Sakura Blossom emoji, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
It's been raining for days now, been running like a child. Can't feel the cold, well I'm lost here with you, lost in the woods. Lost as I should.